Hey guys, welcome to Click. Today I'm just doing a little bit of a video, more of a vent, about why I'm not going to be bothering with collectible games anymore. Now, I will state to begin with that I'm not completely done with anything really. Like, you know, the door's always open, and as far as Heroclix, which is the only collectible game I really play anymore anyway, is concerned, I'm going to play that forever. You know, like, even if the game goes, like, even if the game dies, or if the game, you know, pulls an Anakin Skywalker, goes down a path I can't follow, I'm still going to play it at home with my dad. And to be honest, we've got so many figures we still need to play, and so many things to go back to once we've finished doing that we probably don't actually need to get any more figures. Although obviously we still will. Although it's going to be a struggle for my dad with Blue Rat Games going down. So basically there's a couple of reasons why. At first I started sort of floating away because if my dad was at work I couldn't get a lift down. And I quickly realised that getting the bus down was not worth the expense, because over the last couple of months I've just started losing constantly, and you know, I'll be lucky to get a win every time I go down, and spending a £5 on the bus, a £5 on entry, and a £5 on your dinner is you're not going to get that money back on the prize support, because you know you've come last. And you never get your money back on, you arguably don't get your money back on that investment if you win the OP kit, because you might be able to pick it up cheaper than that, you never know. Now, it's not all about money, although it is disheartening to go down, and every time you go down you just feel like you're losing money. I've only been to 2 events since Battle World, because I just haven't had the time to go down, and you know, that's another factor. On that note, I didn't even like Battle World as a set. I've played 2 Battle World seals, wasted 50 quid on Thanos, 1 duplicate Exo Specs, and an Iron Goblin I could have got for $2 off Troll and Toad. And I don't feel like that was an amazing investment on my part. And as I say, it's not all about the money, but I'm starting to spend money on other things like life and other more rewarding hobbies. So something's got to give, really, there. Now, as I say, it's not all about the money, but it's about partially about the disappointment of, like, you know, both the seals were just a pure waste of time, and it's not about the pulls or the wasted money or anything like that. It's the fact that a friend said to me, it's the taking part that counts. But it's not if you don't enjoy taking part. Now, if I'm playing at home casually, I don't mind losing. I probably still enjoyed the game. Probably had better games that I've lost than games that I've won in the past, to be honest. I still enjoy playing at home. I think every time a new set comes out, there's great commons and uncommons to try out casually. But I'm not having any fun playing competitively, because every set that comes out, there's something new and stupid that I'm not going to get. Every set that comes out, I'm not interested in. And it's just resulting in me not really having anything worth playing. And when you lose casually, you know, it's just part of the game, it's part of the fun. When you're losing competitive, it's not that you've either lost to some dickish team, something you should have beat, or dice. And all 3 of those scenarios are incredibly frustrating week after week, you know, month after month. So you're also losing the money. You've taken time out of your day to go there, and as I say, I've not got much time on my hands these days anyway. So yeah, as I say, I've only really been playing Heroclix anyway because other games have just fallen apart for me, and I've not really been interested in getting into many games recently, probably because the ones I've been playing have been so unrewarding. And you know, like so we had our WizKids Open or regionals or whatever it was meant to be. It had the Shi'ar Open prizes and 1 rogue, like 1 boxed Connex figure, and that was it. That was for the winner. That was it. I took one look at the table and I said, you know what? I would have bet money that the prize support wouldn't be worth paying for. And to be honest, if I'd bet on that rather than actually paying to play, it would have been a better investment. It's unrewarding, and it's, it's a huge investment, because you have to keep up with the game, you have to keep investing, and even when I do, I don't feel like it was worth doing, and because I lose, and I don't feel like it was worth playing. So yeah, it's just frustrating. As far as other games go, they went by the wayside ages ago. As I say, Heroclix I continued with because I always will, but in the sense of spending money on it, I'm going to start spending money on more rewarding hobbies. And I guess the reason I've not really been enjoying Heroclix, which is the reason there's not been a lot of videos on this channel this year, and there's definitely not going to be any more in particular this year. But I will probably continue to do some now and then when I feel like I've got something to say, or I've got something cool to post. I'll continue to post on Instagram, but more or less, I'm more or less done. I think this year's been an interesting one for me. I've learned a lot of things, just generally, and a bit of life advice that I'm like. One thing that's always been a case for me is I don't like wasting my time, and this applies for this kind of thing. This applies for real life as well. You don't waste your time on things that aren't worth wasting your time on, and I think this year I'm just losing patience on stuff like that completely. Like, it's like, okay, that's a waste of time. I'm not doing that anymore. And I'm not saying I'm not going to change my mind down the line. I might come back. It might just be over the winter while I'm so busy, because in January I might be glad to have something to do. But that's when I'm hoping to turn to my new hobby a bit more, which is what I'm working on at the moment, which is animation. You can check out my animation channel below. I've been doing that since about 2009, 2010 sort of time, and unsuccessfully. And then picked it up a bit around 2012 and onwards. But that's mostly been something I gave up with. But now it's kind of reawakened in me, and I'm quite enjoying it. And it does involve quite a lot of investment, so I'd rather spend money on that because it's more rewarding. Like, at least you're being creative, at least you're making something, you're getting something out of it, rather than just losing money hand over fist and wasting your time. But like I say, this isn't necessarily the end. It's definitely not going to be the complete end. There will be videos now and then when there's something worth saying. There'll probably still be some opening videos, but more or less this was just a video to get all this off my chest. I know there's not a lot of loyal subscribers to this channel. Well, I'm sure there's a few people are interested, but it's mostly important for me to have said all this, really. And yeah, so that's why I'm stepping away from collectible games, and that's why I'm giving up on organised play, I suppose. At least for the time being. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.